Vitae Pondera Institute of Integrative Health provides dual opportunities of private practice and accredited education through the University of Vitae Pondera College of Natural Medicine. Vitae Pondera, which means life balanced, promotes wellness through evidence-based philosophies of natural medicine.
So Josh is here, and I was hanging out with Josh because Josh is good friends with my daughter, and I know Josh. And we've hosted a lot of really kind of fun parties, young people parties here. And Josh has been here with him and attending them. So I knew Josh, and we were hanging out, and he mentioned about an eye project. I thought, eye project? This sounds like something I need to get to know a little bit more about. And so he began to explain it to me. And I thought, oh, I want to be a part of this. And so he started talking about the name Amanda. And I thought, I need to meet this Amanda person, And so one thing led to another, and Amanda and I met, and I'm going to just leave the floor now and let Amanda do her talk about what all she's doing. One thing has led to another.
Yes.
And we have found a wonderful synergy between what I have been trying to do with the school, but I can only do so much. And I had been sending out to the universe, please send somebody to do what I feel we need to be doing. And so it was Amanda. So I'm going to sit down and let Amanda talk.
Thank you.
About what all she's doing.
Yeah, so the Eye Project, Josh and I started at the beginning of this year, and it kind of amazingly came into being. God just dropped it on us and gave us the call to go forward with it. And we realized that we're so disconnected in life in general because of media and because of busyness that we have lost compassion for one another. We've lost the ability to feel empathy and sympathy toward others. And so Josh and I were talking about eyes one day and how individual they are, how unique they are, and how they also tell a story that we often don't tell because shame is associated with it, or guilt is associated with it, or because we're scared we're going to get judgment from it. And so we thought, let's put this together. He is an amazing photographer and film guy. I don't know what you call one of those. Yeah, so he's wonderful at that. And so he takes the pictures, close-up pictures, and then I spend time with someone listening to their story in a completely non-judgmental way. And then I retell their story anonymously, first person. And we're putting together this book because we believe that it not only gives people freedom when they share a story that's been pent up, but it also gives other people hope when they read a story that they relate to but haven't been able to talk about. And so we're creating this book and this movement really of putting down the phone, of reconnecting with each other, of spending time listening to each other non-judgmentally, but seeing each other as in this with us. We're all connected, no matter what color we are, no matter what race, what ethnicity, what sexual preference, where we live. We're all connected. We're humankind, and we're in this together. And we are responsible for helping each other heal. Lori, your talk was so inspiring, and I loved one of the things that you said was, I want to gear life toward my goals, not toward my limitations. And that's one of the things that is important for me too. I have cystic fibrosis, and it's a genetic disease. I was born with it. And I didn't get diagnosed until I was 25 after many, many years of trauma. And I have started learning to heal from that trauma and to take off the limitations that I have allowed life to put on me. And I'm finding that healing through art and through writing and through being real with myself and accepting myself and really searching my soul for what it is that makes me who I am, and not trying to change who I am for what other people think I should be. And so that's how this kind of came together, and how our program, Soul Sight Expression, is coming together. And we're using art, music, movement as a way of seeing our soul and realizing that our body is meant to carry our soul to do its work. So we have to take care of our bodies, but we have to take care of our souls also. And so in this program, we are spending some time searching ourselves and artistically putting that out, not to create a beautiful picture, not to create something that is worthy to someone else thinking they're going to buy it and hang it up somewhere. That's not what we're about. We're about healing and seeing ourselves and seeing the trauma, seeing the stress, seeing the anxiety, seeing the hurts, and saying, I stop this now. And I'm going to beautifully express this in a way that works for me. And then we can begin to heal. Healing the body, healing the mind. And so we'll be having some classes.
We are.
And working together on that. Our first class is scheduled for May 19th at 2 o'clock, which is a Sunday. And that first class will be the mindful spiral. And so we will be identifying some stress triggers and talking about how those stress triggers affect us and what we can do to alleviate those and stop those, and then talking about the beautiful things that we want to grow in our lives when we put a stop to that. And so that's just it in a nutshell for that class. And then there will be others to follow. One of the ones that we're going to do after that is on body image, which is a very big thing. I struggle with it. I always have. I think most of us do. So we'll have some classes on that. And I hope that y'all will come along on that journey with us. It's going to be beautiful.
One thing I want to mention about Amanda, I've tasked her with the development of the expression therapy department of the college. This is not just something that we grab out of the sky. This kind of therapy is very, very fundamental in what is referred to as vibrational medicine. It is an element of energy medicine that is very much it's acknowledged. It's highly, highly acknowledged in holistic health. What you hear in allopathic psychology, they've pulled it in after the fact, because this has always been a part of holistic health. It was holistic health first. And so now it's begun to go into more allopathic applications in psychology and psychiatry and counseling. But this is fundamental to holistic health. And so it falls under the whole, the philosophy that everything, whether it's organic, animated, or not, it all carries a vibration, a frequency. And our emotions carry a frequency. And healing is, this therapy is the supplement of the soul. As our supplements heal our physical, those frequencies also have an effect on our emotions and our psychological, our intellect, our spiritual. But the therapy also has that same effect. Likewise, has an effect on the physical.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you cannot separate it.
Right.
So this, what Amanda is doing has as much effect on the physical as what Lori does to the spiritual, and then vice versa. So you see how all of this is just beautifully working together. So I am so grateful to have Amanda as a student and also as an instructor, as Lori is a student and an instructor. This is part of a whole conglomerate, because if you really want to be a good instructor, you never stop being a student. Never. I'm also a student. I still constantly, we always must strive for a higher degree of understanding, because knowledge within the universe is not stagnant.
Right.
We're all, because the universe is not stagnant. So nothing is stagnant. So I'm just so very happy to have Amanda working with us, and I have plans for Josh. Josh is going to be a very fundamental part of our growth here. He's a wonderful videographer, and he's helping us tremendously. We need his support. So thank you so much.
I did want to say one more
ahead.
thing about how the body and your mental stability and emotions work together. So I was just telling Teresa a minute ago, something that Heidi and I have talked about. While you are pregnant, while you're carrying a baby, any kind of trauma that you experience changes your baby's DNA. Even trauma that you experience 6 months, before
prior to conception.
It changes your baby's DNA. And then every traumatic event you go through, every kind of stressful environment you deal with, it changes your DNA. And I don't know if y'all know this, but living in a state of stress actually shrinks your frontal lobe. And as those things are changing, it affects your body. It affects your immune system. It affects how you heal. It affects your defense mechanisms. It changes who you are fundamentally. And so by learning ways to alleviate stress and living a more mindful life, learning to be in the present, and developing a practice that gives you some relief from the day-to-day stresses and anxiety, also affects your body. As your mind heals, your body heals. As your heart heals, your mind heals. It all works together. And I think so often people think that to do art therapy, you have to be an artist, or you have to know about color theory or how lines work and light and shadow. You don't. That is completely irrelevant and unimportant. Art is pre-verbal. Before you ever start speaking, you start scribbling. It taps into who we are. And that's what I want to share. How to go back to who you are pre-verbally and get rid of the trauma that has affected your life. Okay, I just have to throw that in.
That's wonderful. You brought up a really important part. This is one subject matter that just, it just fascinates me so deeply, because I've had to look at it from my own health issues, and that is pre-gestational trauma.
Okay, spell that.
Yes, pre-gestational trauma. Any trauma that your mother went through 6 months prior to conception affects your being.
Wow.
Now you think of that. That blows my mind.
You go back further than that. 3 generations.
3 generations. There you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's significant. So that pretty much includes everybody as being candidates for being able to self-express out of trauma. And sometimes those things are just never known. I've had to look at why I had the makeup that I did, because I grew up in such a wonderful, wonderful home. My father was a Methodist minister, and I had a wonderful home. Yet, for some reason, in my young adulthood, I chose a lot of dysfunction and a lot of self-destruction. What was that about? You know? And so I've had to go through that process, and it did have an effect on me, physically, emotionally, mentally, intellectually, the whole thing. So we all can support each other in that quest for higher development through healing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for any
For
questions
listening.
for Amanda? Any questions?
So I know that, I think this is just awesome.
Thank
This
you.
is what we need, because if we can heal our soul, we can heal our body, you know, and I've always tried to do that. But anyway, you're not an artist. Are you an artist like?
I've never taken an art class. I'm self-taught. I've been using art as therapy since I was a child and didn't realize that I was doing that. I had my first extreme panic attack when I was 12 years old. I had been left alone at a house, and my panic attack was so extreme that I ran out of the house, through the neighborhood, and into a convenience store and hid because I thought someone was watching me. And it only intensified from there. Fast forward many years, and I was on a very destructive path, self-medicating with illegal substances. From there, I started seeing doctors to help me, and ended up on a lot of meds and nothing getting better. Like, nothing was improving. And about 2 years ago, I suffered a breakdown, a complete breakdown, and just decided that there had to be a different path. And because I have a very supportive family, I ended up getting off of all meds for OCD, anxiety, sleep, depression. I just stopped. Like, I didn't cold turkey everything all at once, one thing at a time, because I think it probably could have killed me. But I just decided that I wasn't doing that anymore. And it took a lot of rebuilding. And I'm still not all the way there. I don't think I'll ever be all the way there. But I've realized that having a daily practice in art releases something for me. And it helps me cope. And the pictures aren't always pretty. I have a Facebook page, and some of the things I post on there, it's not pretty. It's raw. And a lot of people don't get it. But it speaks something that my words don't speak. It expresses something that I can't tell anyone else. And so that's how I developed an art practice. And that's why I want to share it. Yes?
How can I get involved? Yeah.
There's actually a sign-up sheet. I would love to have you.
I'd love for everybody to sign it, and Amanda has put a little square. If you are interested in the classes themselves, please do the square. But I'd like everybody's name and address, email address, because we're going to be coming out with a newsletter. We're going to be having some classes often, probably monthly, 2 a month. Of something, something. So we'll be having a lot more activities that will also involve college curriculum.
Anybody else have questions? Even personal questions. I'm open to whatever.
If y'all don't think what she's talking about is real, I'm going to read something to you really quick, if you don't mind.
Please.
Sure.
There's a young girl in our community, and I'm not going to tell you who she is. It doesn't matter. What matters is all of us are struggling. She said, I've gone back and forth on posting this or not, but I know I'm not the only person struggling with this. A few months ago, I hung some notes on my mirror that read, "You say I am. Yours, chosen, clothed in grace, beautiful, redeemed, strong, loved." This is something that I look at and read every day, and seeing those truths have changed my mindset so much. But I've noticed something through the day. I'm allowing lies to choke out these truths, lies being told to me every time I allow my mind to compare my body to someone else's. I have found myself wasting hours comparing myself and building what I believe would be the perfect body for me. I need to have her arms, her legs. Oh, I want this girl's skin tone. Uh-oh. Wow, her hair is beautiful. Why doesn't mine look like that? And on, and all these lies bringing me to this conclusion. I am not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I am not enough. But I'm tired. I'm tired of letting comparison define how I feel about myself. This doesn't just have to be your own physical being, it's the situation that you're in. I'm tired of not rejoicing in my progress just because I don't look like someone else. I'm tired of hating myself because I don't look like a photoshopped picture. But most of all, I'm tired of believing lies. You know, it takes someone with a lot of inner strength to figure out some of the things that's going on wrong with her. All of us is broken. We got something that needs to be fixed. And if we can come to this community through this and start helping each other, we can make this place a better life. I applaud what you do.
Yeah, me too. That was good.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Yeah.
No.
If you, we're going to be sending out emails and invites and everything. Please feel free to send these on to anyone that you feel would be benefited. Post them on your Facebook. We have. You have our permission. We're just
getting started. I am so excited for this turnout. Like, I just love it so much because what we're all, you know what, when my son was getting well, Heidi asked me the question, what we sat very honestly and, was in a room face to face, like, tell me the truth. What is the thing do you feel that was the main thing that helped him heal? And I said, I thought about it for a minute, and no one had ever asked me that really like that before. And I said, it was all the things together. And when we realized that, what we're saying here is, it's not just we can't really all stand alone and make the difference that we're going to make together. It is a movement. I am so appreciative for all of y'all spending your time here today, but this is something real. This is something you can carry in real life, and it's only going to grow from here. Heidi always said, let it become what it wants to become, and it's just doing that right now. It's growing into something beautiful. I can't believe it. And I did want to say really quick, I'm going to be teaching a boot camp here in town. Everybody, don't be mad at me saying it out loud. I feel But if anybody did want to join, nobody on my 30-day plan can do it because that's not your time yet. But if somebody's in the mode where they're working out and they want some exercise, we're going to do 7 classes. Hit me up out on social media or take my card. It's on the table next to the coffee, of course, because everybody wants coffee and I figured they'd all see it. So take my card, reach out to me whatever way you want to. And the first class is the second Tuesday in it's like the first Tuesday in May, so it's like May 7th or something like that. But it'll be Tuesday, Thursday nights at 6 p.m. in Mineola, over at a private place that I actually teach. So,
and the real name is the Booty Camp.
Yes, the Booty Camp.
That's right.
Booty Camp.
It's just where we just are offering so many different things right right now is an exciting time. So there's something for everybody. So if something's not for you, there's a million other things to choose from, and that's only growing.
Yeah.
It's only growing.
Give us a call today at 903-569-9913 or visit us at vitapondera.com and vpcnm.org for personalized guidance in your health and life management goals.